Hello everyone and welcome to YouTube's favourite series, Can You Complete Grand Theft Auto San Andreas as a Pacifist, aka without killing anyone. Now you join us here on the mission Mad Dog. Always nice to have a really easy mission after we just do a really hard one, and the last mission nearly killed me. That was insane. So Mad Dog is a nice little palate cleanser. Can't possibly fail this one, right? So Mad Dog is drunk on top of the roof, gonna jump, and we've just got to very easily catch him in this pickup truck with, was it cardboard boxes, crates? I'm not exactly sure what it is. Unsure if he would survive this fall regardless, but let's see. Here we go, and didn't quite go the way I planned. So we'll just skip forward using the magic of editing and show the clip that actually did pass the test. Instantly, whatever that is turns into Doritos and flies out, lots of triangles everywhere. Not sure cardboard would react that way, and if that is wooden pallets, then he's probably going to be in a severe amount of pain. But that's a mission passed without killing anyone, so we're off to a good start. Next mission up is Fish in a Barrel. Back once again with Woozy. One of my favourite characters in this game, Woozy. Just the fact he's blind, but he can do things better than half the NPCs is pretty fun. So that was the mission done, by the way. If you blinked, you missed it. Fish in a Barrel literally is just over. I was looking like, what do we do now? And that was it. That was the mission. Just a cutscene. So now we're on to a real mission, Freefall, and Freefall is one of the missions. I think there's only a couple of missions in the game that is impossible to do as a pacifist. But that didn't stop me from trying. Now I had to fly for like literally 5 minutes off the map just to get to this point. And look at this, the realism. Dives out. Just gonna flip open the door there and just hop in. Realism. So now I'm kind of like in where I guess the toilet would normally be in a plane. And I can't move. I can only peek by pressing R2 and then L2 back in. Actually L2 shoot, what am I talking about? Was it? We just had the controls in the top corner of the screen. I forget what the exact button is, but one of them peeks out, one of them shoots. And I couldn't move. Could not move. I tried just waiting it out, see if anything would happen. I can't even look further than this to the right, and that's as far as I can move to the left. So I had to shoot them. As sad as it was, I would still be on that plane now if it wasn't for the fact that I had to shoot these 4 guys. Yeah, pretty sad to see, but it'd been easier just to blow up the plane, surely. Anyway, pilot, he's carrying a pistol as well. I mean, what kind of airline is this? For this one, I tried to move out of it, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to try and shoot the gun. You never know. So he died to wounds inflicted to the hand. Kind of a terrible mission. I apologise for this. I didn't write the script. But here we go. So all I need to do is fly the plane back. 15,000 in the back pocket, which we're going to need for when we have to buy the airfield. So that's a nice bump of cash right there. Next one is Misappropriation. Now this one was a very different one. Starts off with a little barbecue here. 10 penny inviting us to a barbecue. Gonna get my sausage on the grill. So yeah, starts off having to go to this little place way out in the middle of nowhere where the FBI, I can't remember who was actually meeting, but some top guys meeting here, and they've got a dossier on 10 penny. So I've got to sneak in here, hear the word sneak, and get the dossier back so 10 penny doesn't lose his job, or something along those lines. As you can see, walked straight into the front door and got absolutely destroyed. So second time, I'm going to use my mountain goat technology that I've installed into CJ's feet. I should actually point out, I haven't installed anything. This is on PlayStation, this is not on PC. This is not a mod for like Skyrim horse mod. CJ really can just traverse the mountains just like that. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to blow up the helicopter that the target tries to escape in. That'll do it. It says the target is dead and dropped the dossier. So I'm like, oh, that's a shame. But now it says you were too slow. One of the guards had grabbed it. So I've got another guy. So even if you kill the guy, there's another guy going to take his place. So I knew I was going to reset because obviously I don't want to kill anyone. Seems the helicopter is indestructible. At least theirs is. Mine, as you can see, went down. But I was just going to test it out, see where we went and what I could do. So that brings us to our next attempt. And I was thinking maybe if I drive the car up really fast and then jump out so the car rolls on three wheels and hits him or something like that, and I was like, I don't know if that's a little too technical. So I just tried to park the car on top of the guy. And thankfully, as you can see by the red triangle, he is still alive and underneath that car. And then even more great luck, one of the FBI guys shoot the car and explode it. So now the dossier is on the ground. I go up and pick it up before any guard can. Tried to escape in his helicopter, not gonna happen. So I've got like a little bit of health left, but the mission has passed. CJ is just running for it now, and it doesn't really matter if I die here, I think. But yeah, the mission is passed, and the dossier has been picked up. So I've got a tiny little bit of health. Go out of my way just to pick up some body armor because you never know. Surely gonna need that later. But I'll go and save it, get more health, and on to the next mission, High Noon. It's high noon somewhere in the world. And yeah, CJ really is pretty stupid. He doesn't mind killing a load of people, but if he just kills Tenpenny and his crew, then his problems are over. But I don't know. So he gives the documents, the dossier over, and yeah, now he's got to dig a grave for himself and the other cop, and we're like, nah, fuck this, we're gonna kill Pulaski. So Pulaski now, from having a gun to her head, is now running from us. And these are always really interesting missions when you're following a target and it says kill the target, but you're playing in a pacifist way. So I've got to find a way to complete the mission, but without killing him. It's very difficult. So as you can see here, also difficult is the terrain with this little buggy. And yeah, sadly he got away, but thankfully the mission marker is right there, and I just restarted it. And my aim here was to get ahead of him, jump out my car and shoot his tyres, or get alongside him and shoot his tyres, and hopefully he could do some bad driving of his own, crash into someone, crash into the water, something like that. I eventually managed to pin him, and I tried to pull him at his car, I think, but just obviously wouldn't let me. Do I go about shooting the tyres? I don't there. I think I might have already done it along the way and edited it out. But yeah, the tyres, I nearly shot the gas tank there. I didn't even notice that. That would not have been good for either of us. But just trying to get him to do something that will either make his car smoke, like this, or just to get him to crash into stuff. And sadly here, we did lose the buggy. Press triangle on that car, open the door, and the driver drove away. And once again, Pulaski made it off into the night. And mission failed. So once again, we're back here, and I'm having the idea of trying to deal with him a little bit earlier. So I just ram him straight away. Can I just pin him in now, get out and shoot his tyres? And yeah, PlayStation 2 version not so great for this, and my console accuracy not so great for this either. So I'm hoping that I shot the tyres out, catch up with them again, accidentally keep pulling the chainsaw out. You can see the sparks are flying. I got one of the tyres, so that's the first part done. Now I just need him to kind of off himself in some way. So I follow this guy around for what was probably about 20 minutes. Around mostly this little village town area, but also a lot of the countryside as well. And not a lot happened with him. He just kept on spinning around until that happened. And I'm thinking, great, he's going to explode. He's not getting out. Where are the flames? Finally, it catches fire. But it looks like he's running away. And sadly, he survived. So I'm thinking, when he gets out of his car, he is programmed then to not run away from me anymore, but to run to me. So I'm like, alright, follow me. And I just jump into the nearest body of water I can find, thinking, yeah, he'll come down here and then it's game over. Then I notice this little triangle on the minimap hasn't moved an inch. So I take this weird little path all the way back up the mountains. And sadly, the only car that isn't a police car that I can get in, other than my buggy, which I didn't notice, but I'm getting shot at here, is right next to these police cars, and of course, the police are not happy with that. Instantly want to start. So I'm like, what can I do? I can't go too far away or it'll fail me. I can't stay here or I'll get busted or die. So I'm like, okay, only chance I get is a car bomb near Pulaski. So I'm trying to run him over and park on top of him. And I must have just done that tiny little bit of difference. That tiny little extra bit of damage. And it counted as me killing him. Which obviously we're not going to stand for that, so we reload the game. And we go through this all one more time. So, Pulaski must die. I could just shoot him there, but obviously I'm not gonna. Do shoot the tyres though. And that was a big benefit to me to shoot the tyres early, because his AI just couldn't deal with it. Anytime you can mess up the pathing of AI, it gives you some unpredictable results, and I got one of those here. He just kept on trying to get up this hill, and he just couldn't get up it. Then he ended up reversing too much, and then he had a different hill to deal with. We're basically right back where we started. There is that little Wild West town, a little uninhabited, weird little town where the mission marker spawns. At this point I was just driving around and just trying to think, what should I do? So I ended up just jumping on top of the car, driving around with him, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to get this smoking so he can finish off the last little bit of damage himself and blow up. So car's smoking, a couple more bullets, any second now, black smoke, so I know the next bullet, oh actually he did it himself, didn't actually need to put the final bullet in myself, and he survived. So I'm thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with this guy? And then my little buggy goes on fire and explodes without killing him. So I can see he's now in the mode where he's trained to chase me and shoot at me. And look what I see right in front of me, a big body of water. This time we're going to take it nice and slow and make sure he follows me. And this was not easy. He's not very fast, Pulaski, but eventually he does catch up. Eventually. Now, I'm going to be doing a whole lot of these. As I'm now doing this voiceover recording, it's now the new year. I don't know when this is coming out, maybe February, because we do 2 episodes a week. But I have finished all the recording for it. This game is now 100% complete. So I'm very excited to get out the rest of these episodes, which hopefully will be coming out a lot more often. But there we go, mission passed. This has just been a short episode, but hope you enjoyed it. There'll be another one. Every Monday and Thursday there's an episode. So please tune in, subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next one.